Hello everyone, my name is Sophie and welcome to my channel. We'll be talking about anime chocolate stuff. Today I'm going to do something different than I usually do, and that's I'm going to talk about the winter anime of 2021. In a season where Attack on Titan, Promised Neverland, Beastars, and so many others have a second season, I will talk about the new ones that are airing currently. And that means that no ongoing and no second season will be talked in this video. Only the new breath the anime community and industry has to offer for us. And I'm going to speak about the anime based on the day they were aired, based from my anime list, so if there is a mistake, don't blame me, I just took the information from my anime list. Sorry for that. I'm going to start with January 4, and the first thing that I'm going to talk is Tatoeba, Last Dungeon, Mai no Mura no Shounen ga Joban no Machi de Kurasu Youna Monogatari and stuff like that. Yeah, the title is huge. But this one, do you know what's different from the typical isekai and overpowered MC? Nothing. This dude is overpowered like hell, and he sees those monsters for humans. He thinks that those creatures are not monsters but insects. Dude. Also, the girls are floating around him like it's nothing, like it's the easiest thing that has ever been done. Of course, it happened. He's an overpowered character and called in other dimension or whatever, with all the girls screaming and wanting him. Even a princess wants him, and I'm like, oh my, this is your typical isekai, right? And when I say isekai, the protagonist is not dead and resurrected again as an isekai, just that the anime is about fantasy, magic, and alternative universe, stuff like that. Yeah, your typical thing. Not something to be surprised on, honestly. Are my expectations high for this one? Okay, I have a fun time watching it. Second is Urasekai Picnic. And I'm like, oh, that is what I have expectation for. Because we see those two girls literally going and able to go to an alternative parallel universe or whatever it is, I do not know, and actually face danger. This also have some shoujo elements for all the Yuri fans out there, which is very intriguing and very nice to see, honestly. I really like the relationship there, but we see sometimes, you know, a jealousy occurring from this brown hair to this blonde hair. But that's a shoujo for you. I have high expectation for this one because I haven't seen many anime like this one before. In January 5, Gekidol was aired, and Gekidol is actually pretty weird because the site where I watched it, Gekidol was aired along with Alice in Borderland, if you remember that anime. And at first it was very cute to watch, like you think actor idols thinking that, you know, they will act and they will actually make the audience enjoy the show. But then dark elements came around, which I did not expect. It's not a slice of life, definitely. Did not expect that this is a slice of life. Maybe it is, but it also has some supernatural stuff in it, so that's not a slice of life. I have expectation for it, but I do not hope for many things. I want my expectation to be met. Just that I like Urasekai Picnic, definitely not such a huge expectations. In January 6, I Loved You halfway through the idol came. Another idol stuff. Wow, I did not see that coming. I mean, okay, it's cute, it's nice, I think. I don't know. It's an average thing for me. I really just watch it because it's cute, I think. Honestly, just that if I stopped watching it, then I don't think that I would miss anything, honestly. The one character that I love so far is, of course, this dude. This dude is very nice for me. He's the only one that's over 18. Of course, I like him. In January 7... Okay, I don't know what to say about January 7. First of all, Tenchi Shoujo design book actually got earned, and oh my god, is this so funny shit. This thing is hella funny, and it reminded me of Murasekai Academy, but in a good way. The thing that they explained about the animals, that's what it reminded me of. Of course, Murasekai Academy was not the best for me. But this one, Tenchi short design book, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. And it actually reminded me of one of a Greek myth about how the animals were created, which in Greek mythology, they only saw how gods are supposed to be created, not how humans and animals were created. And I really like this so far. It's so nice. It's so interesting. You cannot see what's going to happen in the next episode. I just love this. But unfortunately, it seems that January 7 only had Tenchi social design book to offer because the next ones are not that good. For example, Hortensia Saga. I expected more about it because I saw a female protagonist at the beginning, and I'm like, maybe she will take revenge for her father and family because they were killed by a white wolf. But as the show goes on, I'm like, okay, it goes way too slowly. Please, someone make that girl stronger or slap her at least. I do not know why I'm still watching this. The female character just I don't like. Maybe because, unfortunately, like literally, I made a comparison with it in Agashiki no Youna, which that's why I don't want to make comparison, because if you make a comparison with it, you think that they will have the same development expectation. Yeah, Hortensia Saga definitely is not Agashiki no Youna, and I have to persuade myself for that. The next one, it's not that, it's a little bit weird. Soukou Musume Senki. It's weird, guys. Look at the animation first of all, and then I'm like, okay, again, some woman trying to fix a world which is not theirs. I'm like, okay, I guess, honestly, I don't know. I have no words for this anime. It's not bad, but it's just your average anime that you will watch and you'll be like, okay, that was fun, let's move on. January 8 is actually one of my favorite ones because one of the 2 seasons that I was expecting what actually came out. The first one being Kumo Desu Nanika. Oh my goodness, I really wanted to see a female isekai protagonist. And I'm saying that because, let's be honest, Maple-chan is not an isekai, she is a role-playing game avatar, which is not an isekai. She got not reincarnated. And also, it's not reincarnated as the villain, death flags everywhere. I wanted an isekai where, like Slime Date or everything else that they have a male isekai there. I wanted a female isekai. And thankfully, I have taken this. And this is very nice as it seems. Of course, the very first episode, you don't see many action, you just see our girl, the Spider-Son, evolving. And I have expectation for this. Maybe that's not good, but I hope my expectations are met. Sorry for that, but I want my expectation to be met. I did not wait for 5 years to see a female isekai protagonist, and that's going to end there. I want more of it, and I need it. Also, isn't it nice that for one stupid reason now there are not human isekai but monsters? The one that opened the gates for this one was Rimuru, and now we have our Spider-kun. Adorable! She's a female! How long have I waited for this? The second one is Jaku-Chara Tomozaki-kun. This is not a romance, but it's a very interesting one. So we have our game addict, an otaku, I would say, in the Japanese meaning of way of otaku, who does not like the human life he has. He thinks of life as the worst game possible. So a girl, his rival, he did not know that his rival was a female. This girl comes and says like, you know what, I'm going to show you that life is the best game ever. And I'm like, yes, show it to him. And for one reason, after he started to speak up, I don't know, dressing up a little better, having conversations, and I was like, oh girl, people like him now. What the hell? He just spoke up. Nothing serious happened. Is it so easily to actually be friends with someone? If I did that, you know what? Talking to people will think that I'm just strange. I do not think that it will actually work on real life. The next one, I'm feeling sad for because it's 2.43 Seiin Koko Dansi Volley-bu, and the reason that I'm feeling pity for it, oh my god, did they have to get it aired now that Haikyuu has ended? All those Haikyuu fangirls are going to compare it with Haikyuu, and I'm like, thankfully I haven't watched Haikyuu, so I cannot say if it's even alike. The only thing common that they have for now is that both of them have to do with volleyball. But honestly, now that I have watched it, I'm like, okay, maybe this one, 243, is more about, the player's emotions. In Haikyuu, I thought that it was like, your typical sports anime, like Kuroko no Basket, Haikyuu, sports anime. In sports anime, you do not really see anything aside from the volleyball games and what happening in there, and some of the generic emotion the protagonist and all the characters feel. In 2.43, we see the emotion of our two MCs too. You see, we see the two, not all of the team's emotions. For the time being, it's fine. I just don't want to feel depressed after this. Please do not give me depression, because I think this is where the direction the anime is going for, and I don't want it. I don't. In January 9, Oredake Haireru Kakushi Dungeon aired. This is, I don't know, again, a typical, I think, with a character that was lucky enough, he found a dungeon and he started to being overpowered. Okay, this is a slight harem and edgy thing, and I say slight because you see some kissing scenes, you see that, feelings, love, stuff like that. But it's a light one. Honestly, I like it as far as it goes, because unlike some other harem and edgy where you do not see any development, in here you actually see some development, and that's nice, I think. And I said development with the females, okay? Not only with the fights where it goes, it also has some to do with the females. But it's pretty weird if you think that he gets a help from a girl that's actually caged in a tower and he cannot actually save her, because if he saves her she will be killed immediately. Yes, weird situation, all very weird. Honestly, I think that he is in love with the caged girl, and I'm feeling a pity for the blonde girl. Your feelings will never be appreciated. The next one is Back Arrow. This, I don't know why, it's boring me a little, I don't know why, maybe because it's another mecha, even though actually how the mechanism works in this is very cute and very nice and very interesting. But I'm like, again, walls, right? Walls? Really? Why, dude? Do you know how many anime have to do with walls and they're better than you? Attack on Titan, Promised Neverland. I'm like, dude, you are comparing them. You are competing against those stuff. You cannot win. But honestly, it's just like, again, an overpowered character. Oh, very nice. An overpowered character. Oh, I did not see that coming. And that he wants to get outside of the walls. Oh, again. Oh, I did not see that coming. But literally, okay, if you like mecha, maybe you like this. For the time being, I'm like, okay, it's watchable. Next one is Protoscard PT no Kizu. What to say about this one, guys? I have really no words for this one. I was watching it, I was like, is the animation bad or good? That's what happening. The animation, it's very peculiar, it's very interesting, it's very intriguing, and it's very weird. Like, look at it. You get what I mean, right? It feels so beautiful, yet it feels so wrong, right? At the same time. So it is all a boys anime. And when I say boys, I don't mean it's made for boys. It has males on it, so females can make sips out of it. Yeah. I haven't made a sip for the time being because I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm still not getting what the hell is going on. Some tattoos getting overpowered, bullets, fights, a world where their discrimination against the poor, the government has given up on many cities, and I'm like, oh, the situation we're living right now, right? January 10th is one of the days that one of the big shots came out. And when I say big shot, everyone is talking about those one. I haven't seen a single one that came out in January 10. Because first of all, we have Horimiya. Do you know how much I've waited for a romance anime? And yes, I do not count Rent a Girlfriend as a romance. Even though I enjoyed waiting, it was funny, I do not count it as a romance because it did not really give me many of romance plotics, but in Hotemcia, do I have the romance plot that I ever wanted? Guys, I am getting excited over a hug, a kiss, oh, kisses, and I actually want other people to pair up and give up on our, main pairs. And I'm like, yes, main pair is just amazing. It's only me that want the purple and green to end up together. I really want them to end up together. I was so desperate for a romance after the great disappointment yesterday about Tatoeba's, and Hortensia actually is giving me what I want right now, which is very nice. I'm really enjoying it so far. I hope for a happy ending. I don't know if they're going to get married at the end, but it will be very funny if they do. The next one is what all the girls are talking about, and is of course Skate Infinity, guys. After watching that passionate dance between Adam and Laga, are you telling me that you are not feeling the gay vibes and the yaoi, the BL? I am thinking there is a Fujoshi out there that is writing a doujinshi about those two together. Literally, guys, I haven't seen such a character. Adam is literally a Dio ex Hisoka, ex I don't know what, also the guy from Tokyo Ghoul to Yumi, and I'm like, guys, those three together, that makes you Adam, and you are telling me that I'm not going to fangirl over them? Of course I am. Who do you think I am? I'm a degenerate weeb. Of course I ship them. Even though I do not think that Adam and Lagna actually are well together, I ship pink and green hair together, but not Adam and Lagna. And also, it's one of those few times that I do not ship red and blue together. But oh my god, was that dance intense? Okay, so except that dance, Skating Fit is actually a first skate anime that I have seen. I have seen anime that have to do with rollers, whatever it's called. And I have seen all kind of anime, but I haven't seen skating yet. And it's a very nice way of actually showing skating in an anime. Honestly, I'm really excited for this one, not only for the yaoi ships, but the histories that's going on and how they're actually interacting with each other is very interesting. And let's not aside that a skating anime, guys, that's so cool. That's so nice. I adore it for the time being. Not only for the yaoi, but it's also a very good history plot, and it's very nice, and I do not feel that I'm going to get depressed out of this. This is fun to watch. The next one is Kemono Jihen. When I was watching the first episode, I don't know why, but I felt that it reminded me a lot of Fire Force, probably because of the character, the boy, the child. He looks a lot like the other character. In Kemono Jihen, it has to do about detective stuff and an old middle guy that is exploiting younger children to do his job. Oh, that did not sound correct, but that's what it has to do about. It's literally an old middle-aged dude that's getting advantage over 3 younger children. For the time being, it's fine. I have no problem watching it, but honestly, I want to see more for, the protagonist past and who was his family and stuff like that, but I think that they are not going to show it to us. I wish they did, although I really wish. But for the time being, it's just a nice anime that is overpowered by Attack on Titan's final season. Okay, so for the next one, I know that I said no second seasons and no ongoing anime, but oh, come on, guys. This is technically not a second season. This is a spin-off. And, I'm talking about Hataraku Cyborg Black. This literally gave me depression, guys. Do you remember the 5th episode? Oh, my goodness. You have Hataraku Cyborg, which is so light, so colorful. And then you have Hataraku Cyborg Black. Not only from the title, you understand that it's dark. So we are right now in a male's body. A male's body that's not well currently. He is sick. and he has alcoholism and stuff like that. And for the time being, I'm thinking, okay, not only is the body they're currently living on fat, it's also not taking care of himself. And I was like, okay, maybe I should start taking care of myself. Hataraku Cyborg made me take care of my body better, but this Hataraku Cyborg Black was like, okay, I have to because my cells are in danger. And the 5th episode. I don't know how for the male fans that were watching this was like, but for me, I was unable to read yaoi because I felt so guilty. I'm like, okay, maybe I should not read yaoi for this day, but actually it only lasts for a day. The next day I'll continuously read yaoi, so it really did not work. But yeah, Hataraku Cyborg Black, if you want to get depression, go watch it. It definitely reminds you of today's society. Oh my goodness, that was a mean thing to say. The next one, it reminded me a lot of Kemono Jihen, not about the characters, but had about the detective stuff and healing and solving problem that it had. It's called Byoui Ramune. So, not a detective, but a doctor kind of a thing. So, weird illnesses came out of humans that they are guilty or they have done something evil. For the time being, we have seen mostly food, and I'm like, food, really? And people do not think that food growing out of someone's body is weird at all? No one really? Okay, it's fun to watch. I mean, it had some dark elements that I did not expect it to have, but it's a nice thing to watch, I think. Like Kemono Jihen, I would put them in the same level. Not that they're the same, but in the same level, kind of. Both of those have to do with solving stuff. We spoke about Skate Infinity being one of those skating that we rarely see and haven't seen an anime about skating, right? The next one I'm going to talk about is Skate Leading Stars. Okay, maybe, yes, we have seen an ice skating one, Yuri on Ice, everyone remembers that one. But guys, I did not know that there is a skate leading stuff. And ice, I really did not know that you could skate with teams. I know that you could skate with pairs, but I never know that you can skate with a whole group of people. So, yes, honestly, I do not like the main characters ever. It was like, dude, you're not the only one here. Take attention to everyone's surroundings. I'm like, mature, dude, grow up. You're not a kid anymore. And it has to do about those two, but they have to win this dude, and yeah, a sports anime, nothing else. What did you expect? Me fangirl over characters? I have seen no seep so far or whatsoever right now. The next one is Idoly Pride. Like I chew halfway through the idol, this is also an idol stuff. But the one thing that interested me a little bit is that it's not a slice of life like the most of, idols anime are. This one has a supernatural element to it, a ghost of an idol. So I think that our girl, this idol, will actually disappear. Her wish to be completely and free will actually be completed when this guy gets this whole group idol into succession. Yeah, you see me, I do not know names, I do not remember them. That's why you see this guy, this girl, and stuff like that. So the only thing interesting for this is that there is a ghost in it. Aside from the ghost, this is just like your regular idol kind of anime. Aside from the ghost, everything else is similar. The animation just fine. Okay, good, fine. January 11 was a peculiar day for me because jobless reincarnation art, and honestly, let us give it some credit here. This anime is probably the only one of those isekai anime that they are closer to reality. I mean, the MC's past is closer to what you think an past of an isekai character would be. The MC's past is so dark and it's so filled with bullying, hatred, and him being a hikikomori. Exactly what we expect an isekai character to be, not like all that happy stuff like that. The start happened with this anime. I don't know if you remember it from the past season where he was actually getting pitied by the gods about how he was treated in his previous life, and that's why he got reincarnated. In our case, his Doppler's reincarnation, yeah, it gives him a second chance. He hasn't lost his perverted side yet and stuff like that. And he's still, that dirty mind old geezer in a 10-year-old body. But I felt the conditions for being an isekai here are actually met, because honestly, I don't think someone that is happy with his life, an easygoing life, like, do you remember Dog Days? That guy did not have any right to be isekai, in my opinion. In this case, this guy actually, I think he deserved a chance to be isekai, and I have high expectation of it. I hope it will meet my expectation, honestly. In the same day, I don't know how to say this. One of the funniest things came out. It's called X-Arm. It's a Crunchyroll original, and as you can see from the animation, it sucks. The animation is awful, like awful. You see the oh my god, Berserk 2016, 2017 is 100% better than this one. It's awful, guys. The animation alone, it's funny as hell. I don't know why I'm watching it, probably because it honestly has a very good history, but the animation is just bad. I'm probably one of those few that I'm going to watch and I'm going to say, I've watched X-Arm. Do you have a problem with it? For the time being, the history is pretty good, honestly. It's a pretty good one. Just the animation just sucks. It sucks. I have no other words for it. Look at this scene. Do you see that there is a 3D and there is a 2D? What the hell, dude? Just make one or another. Just make it a 2D or a 3D. Do not just get weird in the meantime. Just don't do it. Just no, dude, no. But let's give it some credit. It has some nice story. It is the animation just bad. It's awful. In January 12, another sports anime came out, which I did not see or did not really encounter in anime, and it's called Wave Surfing Yappe. For the time being, it's giving depression. It started way too funny, way too nice, and then boom! What the hell happened? I was looking at it like, what is going on? So it has to do with surfing. For everyone that has an understanding, yes. And surfing, honestly, it's a very dangerous sport, like every other sport it is. But this one, it has very high risks of, you being drowned by the sea if you are not careful. In our case, we have this character who is afraid of the ocean and he cannot swim. For one reason, he is interested in surfing. If you're afraid of something, I would not be interested in it, definitely. I'm afraid of dogs, so I don't want to do anything that has to do with dogs. So if I was afraid of the swimming or sea, I would definitely not go close to the sea, and I would definitely not choose surfing to be my sport for the rest of my life. No. But it's very nice that you see so many weird and unique animation and anime this season, because we saw skate, we see skate leading, and we see surfing. For the time being, these are nice kind of sports anime, but honestly, those two from the previous season just got my heart deeply. Sorry for that. January 13 is the last day that anime was airing, and two of the most interesting and peculiar things aired for me. The first one is Wonder Egg Priority. I have very high expectation for this one, huge expectation out of this one. So we have this blue-haired one that she lost her friend because that friend suicided. We don't know the reasons, and now we see her trying to bring her back to life or something like that. Honestly, really didn't understand why and how. With some kind of eggs that if you throw an egg, a girl will actually raise from that egg, and you will have to protect that girl and fight off the young monsters that are actually after that girl. Weird, yes, of course it's weird, but as the show goes on, we see many other characters. When I say other, the 3 characters who have similar kind of problems. Honestly, We see this girl that her sister actually tried to kill her off and she's trying to save her. This girl that she wants her living wallet back. And this girl that I want her babies. Look at that girl. Isn't she fine? Look at her. Beautiful girl. Aren't you? Yeah, don't listen to me fangirling. She also wants to save her friend that I think she killed herself too, like our blue-haired girl did. And I have huge expectation out of this one. Honestly, huge expectation out of this one. I really want to be proven right that this one is going to be a good one. I really hope it is, because I think it is. I don't want it to be a disappointment like yesterday about Tate was, because that thing was a disappointment for me. So the last one, I do not think that there is a human being out there that dares to call himself Weeble Otaku and hasn't heard of video of a healer yet. Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, the beginning happened with Isuzuku reviewers and Peter Grillo, Kanji, whatever it was, that thing, but oh my goodness. I didn't know that you could call anime such a thing. I thought that those were also in hentai. What the hell, dude? Okay, so I have no words for it. I was surprised as hell when I saw it. I'm like, oh, is that even possible? Are you kidding me? Are they really doing this? I thought that they're not allowed to. This is almost as close as hentai as ever be. And for one reason, I'm okay with it. And I do not watch hentai. I don't know why I'm okay with it. Probably because it does not show completely everything, just show some of the things that I really do not want to see, but still they are showing stuff like that. The reason that it's very interesting and peculiar is because, you know what, they decided to do it. Someone thought that this is going to be a very nice idea and they've done it. Guys, I'm not kidding you. They've done it. There is a hentai called anime. And I am freaking enjoying this. I think that I have to question myself for liking this. I'm like, girl, are you okay? That's what I want to call myself right now. Are you okay? Are you really okay? You are enjoying this shit, but you are enjoying it. You say that you are interesting. You say that you can relate to the protagonist because the protagonist had a life that was so shitty and fucked up that he really needs to get his revenge back. Yeah. Review of a healer. Very nice. Do not watch it with kids or parents around. And if they say that anime is for kids, you can actually show this and say, this is literally an anime. It's not a hentai, it's an anime. Let me tell you now, are truly anime for kids only. Do you have anything to say now? The next one, that it's not that I forgot, it just that it came out at December 18, 2020. And I did not know if I should call and talk about it. It's called Vlad Love. Does I not remember that one? I think it came out and then we've lost any information about this one. But honestly, it's very funny. And it is a huge shoujo eye. For everyone that was some Yuri, overacting Yuri, like it does not show kisses and stuff like that. It just that clearly says that I want to protect her, I love her, I want her to be my wife, I want her to be... Yeah, it has that kind of elements, even though it has no romance plot in it. It has the Yuri and shoujo kind of elements. And Vlad Love, oh my goodness, it's funny. That's what I'm going to say. It's funny to watch. It has not a serious plot so far, but it's extremely funny to watch. So yes, this was all for today's video about the winter anime collection, and honestly, the ones that I'm actually showing in the picture I have high expectations of. Some of those I am really not caring about what will happen. I'm just like, just give me a nice ending, that will suffice, and some that I'm really getting disappointed for the time being, which I shouldn't be, but I am. And then we have X-Arm, which is in its own case. I don't know, I'm still watching this shit. I don't know, I'm seriously don't know. I'm crying right now. This was the end of it, so I'm planning to do at the end of the season which anime I like the best. For the time being, this is the anime collection that I'm currently watching, and I'm kinda in some anime forcing myself to watch it, honestly. But hopefully I will have some nice endings and I will not cry at night for some of the others. So honestly, if you liked it, please subscribe and put a like. I will do other videos aside from that. I do reactions, I do reviews. I have done quiz about Attack on Titan. If you're interested, go check them out. Have a nice day, guys. Please. Hope to see you soon. Bye.